Hi, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. My name is Tan Ha Nguyen, and I am a community liaison at the Caregiver Resource Center OC. So before we start into the live stream today, I would like to talk a little bit about our program. We are a Caregiver Resource Center OC. Next slide. We are serving Orange County since 1988. We are a program of St. Jude Medical Community Services within Providence Central Health and Community Health Investment. We are one of the 11 sites in California Caregiver Resource System, and we are funded by Federal Older American Act and Family Caregiver Support Program. Next slide. And we are a trusted partner for Orange County families coping with physical, emotional, and financial responsibilities of caregiving. Next slide, please. Our mission is to increase the quality of life of caregivers by helping families and communities master the challenges of caregiving. Next slide, please. So our services are including support groups, caregiver assessment and care planning, education and training, legal workshops, counseling, specialized information, and respite assistance. Next slide. And this is our good reminder for everyone that we do have 50 ways to take a break. But there's one way that we do not recommend, which is to climb a tree. So please do not do that. If you do, it's just within your own risk. But other than that, we have that 50 ways to take a break. So here at the Caregiver Resource Center OC, we host a live stream each month. You have joined us this afternoon for how faith help you in caregiving. So today I'm joining by Diana Marcus Simmers, who serve as the community clinical supervisor for our agency. And thank you so much, Diana, for joining us today. And I'd
Thank you,
like to
Tanha.
give you a Thank you, Diana. And I'd like to give you a chance to introduce yourself before we jump in. Audience, whether you join us on Facebook, YouTube, please feel free to ask questions or share comment with us throughout the live stream. So
Thanks.
I
Yes.
give it to you.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me. Well, my name is Diana Marquez Simbers. I'm the Direct Care Clinical Supervisor here at the Caregiver Resource Center OC. I've been here 9 years this fall as a clinical supervisor. And I also worked per diem for about 10 years, many moons ago, completing home visits to family caregivers. And I was also hired as well.
Wow. Thank you, Diana, for being here with us today. It's such a pleasure to have you with us. So how faith helps you in caregiving that I invite Diana with us today to start out with the questions. Next slide, please. So I would like to ask Diana that who do you care for and what does your caregiving role look like?
Sure. I care for my mother who has Alzheimer's disease. She was diagnosed approximately 4 years ago, formally, but I suspect she had symptoms maybe 5 years before that. So it's been quite the journey, you know, uh, providing support and care to my mother. She has formal caregivers during the week, so I work full time. So we have two caregivers that support her during the day, Monday through Friday. We have a 7-hour caregiver and a 6-hour caregiver. After 6, though, is where we kick in, meaning myself and my siblings, and we rotate shifts that start on Friday and they end Monday morning. This weekend is my shift. So I would say I average me one time a month where I, take care of my mom informally. And I'm also, if a formal caregiver needs to take time off or is sick, I also kick in, and I've been fortunate enough to have opportunities to work remotely for moms when those situations come up, because they do, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what it looks like. And I'm always on call, if you will, mindful of any messaging from the formal caregivers, how mom's doing or something needs to be done or taken
Mm-hmm.
care of. So I'm on call, if you will, because that's uh,
Mm-hmm.
something that is part of my role, is to be available and troubleshoot, if you will.
Right.
Uh, yes.
Thank you, Diana. Thank you so much for sharing. So next slide. Oh, the next question I would like to ask you is, what is your faith, and how has it shaped your life before and after being a caregiver?
Well, my faith is that I'm a strong believer in God Almighty. I feel like over time, as I age in place, it just keeps getting stronger
Mm-hmm.
and stronger. Uh, the way that it has shaped my life before caregiving is that it's because of my mother. I believe my mother has been like the compass of strength and giving hope. She would take me and my siblings to church, to mass. I'm a Catholic. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Many times, it would be Spanish mass. We kind of fuss about it, but nonetheless, my mom was, very faithful. She is very inspirational, in meaning using her faith to help others. She would take us to her friends' homes or nursing homes, hospitals. She'd take us along to visit people, you know, and I would observe her over the course of time, how she would really be instrumental in many people's lives. And I observed many good deeds, you know, over my mom's lifespan, if you will. She's the oldest of her siblings, and she'll be 87 next month. And she was always loving God, especially Virgin Mary.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something that I've always observed, in how tough times would hit, and she would always lean towards her faith. And as a single mother, I got to observe a lot of adversity. And what helped shape me was the way her actions, even in
Mm-hmm.
tough times, her belief that of others, and she helped so many people that it was reciprocal. Growing up with a single mom, and how much she loved her faith, and till this day,
Mm-hmm.
she uh, prays, and she has her little bracelets that remind her, the Virgin, and in her room we have it set up so that she sees, the Virgin Mary, and it really helps calm her. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so, and then in my career, I did some math because I was kind of reflecting on your questions, and I actually had to step back in time to look at how it shaped my life. Actually, I had to ponder about it for a little while. And I would have to
Mm-hmm.
say, what triggered this whole shape of care and good deeds was my first client, and that was 34 years ago, where I was exposed to the first family caregiver as a novice social worker. I had many jobs before that, but that was like, to me, like the pinnacle of three sisters, and one was a primary caregiver. And I was, very green, and I remember the caregiver telling me, "Well, you may not understand. You don't, you're young, and this the script. If you're young, starting out in the field, people who are older may
Mm-hmm.
kind of maybe not
Mm-hmm.
frown upon, but what do you know?" But that first visit, I think, to me, really helped expose me to um, opening up more of my faith. In other words, with caring for two older siblings, she didn't complain. She didn't convey any, burden or guilt. She just wanted a little support. And I felt a little bit overwhelmed at that visit because I had never seen a person with Alzheimer's and their behaviors. And her sibling would come into the kitchen. That's where we were at. She would come in, and every 5 minutes she would have a different outfit.
Mm.
But her sister was engaging with me, and she was just okay. She would just acknowledge. She wouldn't make a fuss or make any comment about, why you're changing. So I was more of an observer. And then the other sister was a frail sister, and she would come in with her walker. And but that whole time as an observer, the caregiver was sharing her faith and how important it was for her siblings because, believe it or not, they were all single. They never married. They never had children. So it was just the three of them. And I really admired them. And I felt, wow, what courage, what strength. It's incredible. She's
Mhm.
having to care for her siblings. And that was like the
Mhm.
beginning of my career of doing good deeds. Like I felt like she's doing such a good thing for her sisters, and it resonated with me. Over the
Right.
course of time, I kind of did more math to kind of see like, wow, I've done 25 years of home visits through the course of my career before coming here, meaning I got to hear a lot of stories, a lot of
Yeah.
adversity from family caregivers.
Mhm.
And I think hearing those stories helped me become a better person and a stronger believer in something bigger than me.
Right.
And I felt that the people shaped me.
Mhm.
And after caregiving, I capitalized on all that time and all that strength and courage and wisdom that I gained from others that they gave to me. And that's how I
Mhm.
feel how my faith has been built over time. I am spiritual as well,
Mhm.
although the faith to me is what keeps me centered, even though it can be hard. But I think it has helped me uh, understand, you know, suffering. I've heard thousands of testimonies. People have
Mhm.
invited me to their homes and shared a lot of information, a lot of
Mhm.
challenges, and I admire the strength of the
Right.
mothers, the fathers, the siblings,
Mhm.
and their journeys and how they handled adversity. And I think that's what helped me uh, before and after. It's all been people.
Right. Wow. Thank you so much. It's amazing to hear, and I'm sure that's a beautiful testimony that you are sharing with us today. It's so beautiful. Thank you, Diana. The
Sure.
next question, the next question I would like to ask you is, how does your faith help you interpret your caregiving role as a calling or a divine assignment or opposed to be a burden?
There's a little humor here because when I read this the first time, when I saw a calling, I thought of my mom.
Mhm.
Because in my career, my mom knew I helped people, but she couldn't really explain to people what I do. She just knew that I helped people.
Mhm.
And lo and behold, she would give people my phone number at work, and she would tell them, just call me and she will help you. So my mom, technically, she's very social, and she, had a lot of friends and they had friends, and she's just one of those people that just like to help and serve. And man, I would tell my mom, "Why do you keep giving people my phone number?" Because sometimes it had nothing to do with caregiving. It could be other, social issues. But my mom was just so proud. She couldn't express how proud she was, but the way she expressed it was like, "Hey, my daughter will help you. She will figure it out for you." So I felt like, yeah, it's been a calling. I literally got hundreds of calls over the course of my
Wow.
career because mom, she was an outreach worker, you know, but so that's what I was thinking of, a calling. Yes, literally, I got a lot of calls. I
Mhm.
feel like that's a calling, meaning, yes, I think people have formed me because of my career and how it started, out in the field and exposed to
Mhm.
families, working in a hospital for several years, talking to patients and um, help, through their suffering. I was able to support them because other people have showed me how to do it or have given me, um, guidance. And I enjoy it when people tell me that I have been helpful or I was a gift or something that I said or did. Working in home health field, that also exposed me to a lot of people who have, a lot of adversity and end of life. Ultimately, I feel like it's been a calling, and maybe somehow that's why I landed in this role, because of the people who have just guided me, and I just kind of go where they take me. In other words, how people shared, and then here I am, still in the field, in the helping profession. But I think it's because of the people that I have encountered over
Mhm.
my lifetime, and people who conveyed that I was helpful and they are thankful. So I kind of use that as a measurement. Well, I must be doing something right. I've never saw it as a burden because I've accepted caregiving. I've accepted like this role. Uh,
Mhm.
I feel, again, it goes back to my belief in the Almighty God, and that I it's important to do good deeds, because
Mhm.
I feel it gives me strength and it helps me
Mhm.
continue serving others, um, through my
Yeah.
experience. Hmm.
Wow. Absolutely. Thank you, Diana. I'm sure you're a great asset to our community, and your mom is so sweet. She know that yes, my daughter is a helper. That's so beautiful. And thank you for sharing.
Hmm.
Um, Next question that I would like to ask you, does seeing your loved one suffering affect your faith? And how are you still able to believe in a loving God?
Seeing my mother suffering is very hard. I
Mhm.
would say she's in the cusp of ending the middle stage, which is the longest stage, and I can see it. I can
Mhm.
feel it. I can see it in her eyes, and that's how I feel like I have to really dig deep in my faith, because
Mhm.
it's not a good thing as a caregiver, as a daughter, like to see your mother disappearing. She's not the person she used to be. She's a different person, and I know that she's
Mhm.
suffering. And I use my faith to lift me. It is hard,
Mhm.
and to
It
give me
is.
courage to
Yes.
continue um, respecting her, caring for her. And how I do it is just, again, believing in the Almighty God and doing my best to, support
Mhm.
her, even
Mhm.
when I see that it is very difficult for her. And I'm
Right.
present with her and being present when I see that
Mhm.
she's not having a good day, or I can sense it
Mhm.
because she's not able to express her
Right.
feelings anymore. You just
Mhm.
can see it in her eyes. And I just, you know, ask God for courage
Right.
and
Yes.
keep me present with her and support her, and,
Mhm.
you know, make her feel that I'm there to support her and be present with her
Mhm.
too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure that other caregivers out there that's might related to your story. So thank you, Diana, for that. The next question: what practices or habits do you do to strengthen your trust in God?
I pray a lot, not just in church. I probably pray more during the week. You know, as I drive into work, I use that time to reflect. I do a lot of different things, but mostly, you know, I pray. You know, I'm thankful for today, right now, the present. Um, I meditate as well. Um, Silence. I love nature. Anything that centers me, or taking a walk with my dogs, or distracts me and trying to stay present. Um,
Mhm.
and I also have,
Yeah.
this is a little bit funny, but I have a stethoscope. It used to be my husband. And every once in a while, I pull it out and I listen to my heart.
Ah.
And I think of, wow, you know, the body, the mind, the soul, and it really helps center me because I'm one,
Mhm.
and I feel that listening to my heart uh, is a practice that gives me strength, and I'm
Mhm.
thankful to my faith that I'm present. I'm still here, and I'm gonna do my best, you know, to stay strong for my mom,
Yeah.
um, and be present in her world. I need that strength. Her world is very different and it's very hard. It's hard to see,
Mhm.
and but I think that's most important habit is to practice being present in your loved one's world, no matter how hard it is.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and that's what you're sharing that is remind me that self-care is very important. Um,
Yes.
not just caregivers, but any one of us that, take good care of yourself or give yourself time to recharge. That's just very important. Thank you, Diana. And with that, it will lead me to another question that I would like to ask you. How did you find peace in your caregiving role?
To me, like peace is like a continuum. It's not just this one thing. Peace is
Mhm.
first is within myself until I feel, um, you know, anchored when I'm taking care of my mom. It's a practice, really.
Right.
The acceptance is part of the peace. I accept who she is and where she's at. Um, and sometimes I have to take deep breaths, you know, because it's hard to see the changes. And,
Mhm.
you know, there's suffering. And to me, experiencing um, suffering is love, you know, and that's what I lean to is my faith. So finding
Mhm.
peace is something I'm constantly, you know, mindful of, but it's body, mind, and soul. When I'm at peace,
Mhm.
then I can do better work with my mom. I can be more present. I'm accepting, and it takes work, and I give myself grace because sometimes I slip. It is very frustrating, um, and
Yeah.
prayer also. You know, I find peace
Mhm.
in prayer,
Sure.
the rosary, anything that
Yeah.
just settles me down and to allow me to be
Mhm.
present.
Right. Yeah. Yes, of course. That's for sure. Well, thank you, Diana. And the last question I would like to ask you, since you have so much experience and you have strong faith and with your work and as a caregiver for your moms, I'm sure there's a lot of, caregiver out there would like to know like what words of encouragement do you have to share with other caregivers out there?
Well, there's lots of words. Uh, when I think of encouragement, I think of Mother Teresa's teachings. I love Mother Teresa.
Mhm.
the Virgin Mary, the suffering that they've seen and endured. Um, for me, what I would like to share is, giving yourself grace. It is so hard sometimes to see your loved one change and having to adapt
Mm-hmm.
and help them with everything they
Right.
need. Um, I like the golden rule, where you do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And it's important. Everyone deserves care and respect. Uh, and I feel like that's like my go-to is meaning this is who I am. This is my foundation. Is I'm gonna do exactly what I expect for myself, and it takes practice. And I'd like to share this small teaching from our Mother Teresa. To do God's work, you need a few things. We need health of mind and body. We need the ability to learn. We need plenty of common sense and a cheerful disposition. I think common sense and cheerfulness are very necessary if we are to bring God's love to as many people as possible. I have been given so much love by so many strangers and people throughout my life uh, career. And this resonated with me because it's the cheerfulness. It's hard to be cheerful when your loved one is not cheerful, or there may
Mm-hmm.
be, it's not reciprocal, or they're so advanced that it's hard to be cheerful. It's easy to be sad,
Yeah,
or
sure.
to feel lonely and burdened and all that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but the words here, it's really about, it's taking care of yourself and to learn and find ways to practice good things, being cheerful, finding ways
Mm-hmm.
to lift your loved one's spirits, being present. Um, if you need to take time, reset,
Mm-hmm.
but come back. So keep it going, be patient, find avenues to support you, your village. I'm fortunate that I have, family, I have siblings. I'm not alone.
Mm-hmm.
You're not alone. So I really can't express uh, how this world of caregiving is. It's to me, it's priceless. It's a gift. There's lots of suffering, and there's lots of love for sure.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Wow. It's so beautiful. I love that verse so much. And honestly, in my personally, that I learned a lot from you today, Diana, especially the faith. Um, After listening to what you share, I'm like, oh, wow, I need to work on more of my faith. And I'm sure I have elderly parents, so soon I will be become a caregivers. So yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Uh, I Diana, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon and for sharing such a beautiful and important information about how faith helps you in your caregiving role. And it's difficult, but with faith that, that lift up your daily caregiving. And I'm so thankful that you joined us today. For those in the audience that joined us, thank you. And we hope this information has been helpful to you. We hope that you will be able to join us next month again for our live streams event on Monday, June 29th from 3 to 3:30 p.m. And please, if you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call. Information is on the screen. Your number is 714-446-5030. That's local number, or you can call us at 800-543-8312. And we are part of St. Jude Medical Center. And with that, thank you again, Diana, and
Thank you.
for your time, and take care, everyone. Thank you.